take birth control. Perfect introduction to this video. So I know all the guys out there are going to love hearing me talk about birth control, but it's interesting because I found a BuzzFeed article, which I will link in the description below, where a bunch of women answer the question as to why they don't take birth control. Most of them are religious, all of them are pretty stupid, and it's all pretty funny. Now, whenever I was looking through a lot of these responses, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if I could talk to somebody who took birth control for purely medical reasons? Or if maybe I could find somebody who wasn't worried about getting pregnant, who still took birth control anyways. Well, I found all those things in my friend Ariel, so she's gonna help me in responding to a lot of these women. So the first lady says, because I can avoid pregnancy without poisoning my body.
Do you know what happens when you have cysts on your ovaries? Your own body is creating its own poison, and the only way to fix that is to get on birth control.
Okay, so you do know how the pill works, right? It literally tricks your body into physically thinking that you're pregnant. So unless you think the hormones going on in your body while you're pregnant are poison, not a good argument to use. Because even though cramps suck and I get acne, that's a normal part of being a woman. That's like saying, even though I get terrible migraines, I'm not gonna take aspirin because it's a normal part of being a human being.
Do you know what also is a part of being a normal woman? Using your fucking brain and being smart enough to recognize help when it's presented to you. Because it is all worth it. What the fuck does that one even mean? I really don't know what to say to that one.
Periods that last 7 days and are extremely uncomfortable. Worth it. Uncontrollable mood swings that would easily be regulated by taking the pill. Worth it. Cramps, headaches, migraines, stress, worth it. Unexpected pregnancies leading to a household that can't raise a child because of financial or personal reasons. Worth it. Because it's all worth it.
Because my body is a gift to my future husband, and that gift includes motherhood. Bitch, my body is a gift to myself.
Because I'm responsible and make mindful decisions accepting the consequences for my actions.
Because going on birth control isn't a responsible action.
Okay, well my responsible and mindful decision is to not get pregnant. There's a pretty easy solution to that for me.
So yeah, there's this really interesting thing about being a lesbian that makes it really difficult to accidentally get pregnant.
And don't tell me that it's as simple as just not having sex. I know that that works. If you don't want to get pregnant, not having sex technically works, but people don't do that. People are gonna have sex. Abstinence has been proven to not work in most schools that try to implement it. You have higher rates of pregnancy. People like to have sex. It is something that is generally enjoyable for most people. Some people like skydiving. I don't think I would ever skydive because I'm terrified of heights and it is pretty dangerous, but if I so choose to skydive someday, I'm gonna wear a parachute. Don't tell me that I should jump out of the plane without one, because not doing so would be somehow avoiding the consequences of my actions. Using protection is not a bad thing.
Because I want a healthy, natural, organic body. Believe it or not, a part of being natural is getting sick. What isn't natural is a conscious decision to stay sick instead of going on medication that can help you.
Because I don't have to give up my womanhood to be a feminist. What part of taking the pill is giving up your womanhood? I mean, if you aren't having babies, does that make you less of a woman? I mean, you sound kind of like a shitty feminist to me. Because I can control myself.
I can control myself. Cysts. Stop growing on my ovaries. Stop growing on my ovaries, cysts. Stop. I think they hurt me.
Because it allows men to use women with no consequences.
The type of men that are gonna use you are gonna do it whether you're on birth control or not, let's be real.
So what, having kids is like a punishment for men? That's kind of a fucked up mentality. And trust me, women taking the pill aren't just doing it so the men don't have to raise kids. Pretty sure the woman also isn't ready for kids and is trying to prevent it so that she doesn't have to deal with it too. Not everything is about men.
Because it treats the symptoms, not the problem. No, I'm pretty sure it treated my problem. Yeah, definitely did.
I mean, if we're talking about pregnancy, I'm pretty sure the problem is pregnancy, so it's preventing the problem from happening, so that's pretty good. I don't want to put something artificial in my body to stop something natural from happening. Again, we have to go back to the definition of artificial and natural. What do you mean by those things? If they occur in nature, they're natural. Hormones are not things that are artificial. Your body produces hormones all the time. But I'll give in this time. Let's say artificial does mean what you think it means.
Unless you're eating from your own backyard every single fucking day, half of the shit that you put into your body is artificial. Because sex is more than fun. It creates life. I mean, no matter how hard I try having sex with another woman, I can't make a baby.
And again, I'll mention all the women out there who have problems getting pregnant. Some of them just can't. Are they not supposed to ever have sex? Because I have PCOS and the pill does less than natural alternatives. But pharmaceutical companies want to make money. Well, yeah, of course pharmaceutical companies want to make money, but the pill is right now one of the only treatments for PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I'm sick of people talking about natural alternatives and remedies. I mean, Tim Minchin said it best in his poem Storm, but what do you call alternative medicine that's been proven to work? Medicine. Because children are not an inconvenience, they're a gift.
Some people just don't want kids.
Because babies are cooler than pets.
Babies are cooler than pets.
Because being a mom is cooler than shopping. Because having kids is funner than board games.
Half of these I don't even understand what they mean. Like, I know what they're trying to say, but they don't make any sense. Because breast cancer, cervical cancer, and infertility just aren't worth it. I'm pretty sure you can get all of those things without going on birth control.
Alright, I'm on a fact sheet here for the National Cancer Institute, and it says, oral contraceptive use is associated with an increased risk of cervical cancer. However, this increased risk may be because sexually active women have higher risks of becoming infected with human papillomavirus, which causes virtually all cervical cancers. So in this case, correlation does not necessarily imply causation. And it also says women who use oral contraceptives have a reduced risk of ovarian and endometrial cancer. A study in the Journal of Human Reproduction found that women who used the contraceptive pill for more than 5 years were actually more likely to get pregnant within 6 months to a year than women who never took the pill. So that whole bit about infertility is total bullshit. Anyways, thanks so much to Ariel for being in this video with me. I really liked hearing her perspective on things. So if you want to check out her channel, I'll have a link in the description. Also, I did a video with her, so if you want to go to her channel right now and see it, it's up. I'll have a link right here if you want to go click it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I thought a lot of this shit was pretty funny, so I hope you did too. Like this video, share it everywhere. If you want to, go to jacquelineglenn.com, check out some of my Atheist and Logic t-shirts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
There's no God, he doesn't exist, so don't try to save me. Use your fucking brain and leave us all alone. Subscribe!